Hi guys, so I'm just starting off this resin table and I know you're all really interested to see how I execute this. Really, it's not that hard. It's much easier to do something on a larger scale than it is with the smaller pieces. So let me show you how I've got started. I'm at my friend's studio because he has much more space than I do. We've just knocked up this mould. It's made of melamine, corrugated plastic, and I have siliconed the edges. So I've managed to get my hands on this beautiful Burr horse chestnut and it's absolutely stunning. It's from Staffordshire. It's about 300 years old. It's been debarked. I've chiselled at it. I've removed all the excess bark. I've sanded it. There's just no bits that are going to come off and float in my resin. So that was the most important bit. It's quite time consuming, but it's definitely worth prepping perfectly to get a really nice finish on your table. So that's ready now. Of course, I'm going to be using Apex Deep Cast because this is the only resin that I will use in tables. Here I am just measuring the depth of the wood because I need to make sure that the flowers that I'm using aren't going to be too deep. When I dried the flowers, I did flatten them a little bit to allow for that. So yeah. Next up, always wear your gloves when working with resin. I also wear a barrier cream. I've just taken one of the gloves off just for this video because it's easier to press play on my phone when I'm recording, but always wear your PPE. I'm using non-toxic 120 degrees Celsius safe heat resin, if you like, and it's the best resin for a pour this big. I'm using 6 litres, giving it a good old mix. When you start mixing, it can look a bit cloudy. Just keep going with it and it'll clear right away for you. I've added 2 to 3 pots of Just For You Online Shell pigment. I want a really nice subtle gold backdrop. And that's it really for part 1. I've poured it, I'm going to leave it, I'm going to check it in 16 hours, and when it's really tacky and very gel-like, I'm then going to add my flowers, which will be my next video. A very important bit that I did forget to mention is I have weighted the wood with a heavy weight so that the resin doesn't cause the wood to lift and rise up. Very important bit.